Aries Spears sat down on a recent podcast and he had a conversation, and Corey Holcomb's name came up. Now, he said the obvious truth that a lot of us feel the same way. Well, maybe I won't say all of us, but some of us do feel this way. Even if you don't like Corey, or if you do, Corey Holcomb's career could have been much further in Hollywood if he just wasn't an asshole to everybody. Corey's decisions and the way that he treats people and the way that he just carries himself is the only thing that has hindered him from actually being further in Hollywood. I was actually just watching Everybody Hates Chris the other day, and I was watching, I'm like, listen, I'm like, hold on. I recognize that voice. And I'm like, oh, that's Corey. So at the end of the day, bro's actually in Hollywood, bro's actually doing things, but something throughout that path, something throughout that journey is what stopped him from actually going further in his career. Now, Aries actually said the dead honest truth. Like I said, Corey's career could have been further. Now, it's not a lie because he got no reason to even say this. Him and Corey not even on good terms. They don't even like each other at the end of the day. And he made that clear and obvious as well. But during this podcast, it seemed like he gave him his flowers, but he really didn't hold nothing back at the end of the day as well, because he let it be known, like, bro, the stuff that you be doing and the way that you carry yourself, all this is your fault.
No way Corey Holcomb shouldn't be bigger than what he is.
Yes.
But I saw
you guys on
recently,
good terms?
no, but I saw recently my man Chris Spencer was on his show 5150.
Yeah.
And he said Chris Rock said something about Corey that perfectly just put it in the right context. He goes, Chris Rock said, Corey is funnier than all of us, but he uses his comedy for evil.
For evil, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before Patrice O'Neal passed, Patrice was regarded as one of the greatest comics alive, but he was also known as a bridge burner and a sabotager of himself, you know? And in some ways, I'm like that.
I could only imagine with all the interviews, all the jokes, you know, and you don't hold back at all. Same thing with Corey. I think Corey, I know when somebody's hurting. I think Corey, and if he sees this, I know what's to come, but I'm very, very intentional with what I say about people. I think Corey's hurting about something.
Listen,
some type of trauma. Something.
I don't know if he's hurting from a personal standpoint.
Okay.
And even though he might say otherwise,
yeah.
Listen, no one gets into something to be half-ass.
Yeah.
And in terms of what this business can give you, in terms of success, financial status, power, fame, adulation, no one gets in this to just go, I want to be somewhere in the gray area. In our wildest dreams, we all want to be the biggest star. We all want to be able to open a movie for the box office weekend. We all want to have a hit TV show and get the awards. Whatever the reason may be, our own, the business, the politics, whatever. Not getting that, to sit here and act like you don't care, like it don't bother you a little bit, is a lie.
And what Aries just said right here is true. At the end of the day, is real, because the way that, Corey be acting, the way that he always calling people backdoor, he always got something slick to say about somebody, is because he's envious. He got some type of animosity towards these people because he, at the end of the day, he feel like, all right, bro, me and this person started at the same spot. You know what I'm saying? We was probably going through the circuit together. And I know I'm funnier than him, but for some reason he's going further in careers and being on TV. And Corey probably just grew envious and just started to bubble up and just get, real, just riled up about it. And that's why he started lashing out on everybody. And when he actually had his audience and it, on the 5150 show, that's when he started just thrashing people and just started going in, because he felt like, all right, this is my outlet. This is the only place that I can go where people gonna listen. And that's what I'm gonna just spew out. It was so much to the point that he even tried to double back and try to apologize to Jamie Foxx for a lot of the comments that he was making about Jamie.
It stings.
Ocho Cinco,
it stings. But the goal is to figure out how to get there at the end of the day. Yeah. My manager has a great quote. He would always say to me, you want to be rich or you want to be right? Because in this business, you can barely be both. Rarely be both. So if you want to be rich, shut the fuck up. Yeah. If you want to be right, speak all you want, but you hindering rich.
Yeah.
So I hold on to the stubborn belief that I will be both when it's all said and done. 50 Cent, get rich or die trying.
Did you see Marty Supreme?
I didn't.
You got to see Marty. You saw Sinners though.
I saw Sinners, yeah.
Sinners is amazing. You got to watch Marty Supreme.
Oh yeah.
Because the concept of Marty Supreme at the end is like Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank was the somewhat bad guy, but like really like the balance.
Right.
And that was like a point that he made at the end of the movie of like, in this side of town, like I met thousands of views that think they're always right. And then because he was supposed to pay him to, he was supposed to lose. He got paid to lose. And then he decided to beat the dude that beat him the last time. And that was the concept. It's like, yo, you rather be rich or you want to be right? So that's a dope topic. I do want to talk about.
Patrice had a great quote I want to quote two quotes, one by Patrice and one by Chris Rock. But it's almost like Hollywood will rather deal with 30% talent, 70% talent, 20% asshole than the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're an asshole, they would rather you be less talented and not be an asshole than to be supremely talented and be even a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chris Rock had a quote where he said, the worst job in Hollywood is better than the best job out of it.
That's a bar.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, my whole thing is people go, well, what do you want to see yourself doing in your career? In my wildest dreams, I would have loved to have been on a show like New York Undercover. Being a New Yorker, playing a cop in New York where I get to wear Timbs and hoodies, shooting guns and chasing. That would have been great. Or, you know, have my own sitcom. The one thing I never wanted to be was the Nickelodeon TV dad with them goofy ba-dum-boom jokes. But then that's when Chris Rock goes, the worst job in Hollywood is better than the best job out of it. Because you can make $50,000 a week playing a Nickelodeon dad.
Yeah.
Now, at what cost does that do to your soul creatively?
Yeah.
It depends on how bad you want it or, you know, what you're willing to settle for.
Now, when you burn these bridges and you do these things to people and you just kind of just cross people out for no reason and you just talk slick about them on your shows, they gonna remember this, bro. Them apologies don't always clear everything at the end of the day because people gonna remember a lot of the stuff that you say. As far as the bad things, the good things, they go through people's ear one way out the other. That's the sad, honest truth at the end of the day. But if you say one bad thing about somebody, boy, they remember that the rest of their life. Think about it. A lot of the stuff, a lot of things that people have done for you in the good, but if they say one bad thing or they do that one bad thing, that stings so bad because it probably just caught you unexpectedly and you was not, you know what I'm saying? It hit you the wrong way. And that's how Corey just made everybody feel. Now, Corey, like I said, Corey tries to apologize and he actually admits to like, all right, bro, like maybe a lot of stuff that I was doing, maybe this stuff is my fault because, you know, I'm the reason for this.
Jamie Foxx.
Hey.
And from what I understand,
Love
I
Jamie.
said some stuff about Jamie Foxx before. Now, this is what happens in comedy. Let me tell y'all who younger than me. If you ever say anything about somebody, the bad stuff is gonna stick. The good stuff is gonna go away. I think I played with Jamie Foxx, like I be joking about Backdooria stuff and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, I've always thought Jamie Foxx was a great actor.
Yeah. Amazing.
Singer.
Whew, yes, sir.
Comedian, entertainer. Like I'm a fan. I'm a groupie around Jamie Foxx. So somebody told me when I said stuff about him, and I just want to apologize. If I said something about Jamie Foxx that was bad, I mean, who's got the courage to say this? Because I think I've said this before. I think I was a little salty because I wasn't able to hang with Jamie Foxx when I was around him.
Oh, they didn't invite you.
Have
to
y'all
play?
ever been in that situation where you see somebody and you want to be down so bad and you don't get to be down and hang out and then you be like, well, fuck them then.
And I feel like him seeing his comrades and people that was actually his counterparts at one day, and he seeing them on TV and seeing them on these stages and seeing them doing good, and he like, bro, dang, that could have been me if I just played my part. Everything wasn't backdoory. Everything wasn't as bad as he tried to make it seem. At the end of the day, bro probably just didn't show up until auditions on time. Bro probably just didn't, I don't know, just didn't feel like he went to call somebody a second time because he didn't want to feel like he bothering nobody. But that's that mindset that keep a lot of people behind because they feel like they don't want to double up. They don't want to follow up. They don't want to just reach out and feel like they networking. Some people feel like that's weird, like to hit somebody up and just have a conversation about some networking opportunities. And that's what held Corey back throughout this entire time. So it's actually, it's kind of relieving to hear that actually Aries is saying the same thing because he has no type of goodwill towards Corey at all. Like he let it be known, like me and Corey are not friends. We ain't cool at all. So he didn't even have to say that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to speak positive about that man at the end of the day. But the sad honest truth is a lot of the stuff that Corey be doing, a lot of stuff that he has said is the reason for his downfall. I don't know, man. It just I don't know. We're gonna have to just see what happened at the end of the day. Then we're gonna talk about it again. I was kind of late on this last episode for y'all, so I apologize about that. But we're gonna get back into it. Like the last episode was kind of slow. I feel like it was like very repetitive and the same type of just venting every time. Cause one week he's apologizing and one week he's try to clean up his image. Then the next week he calling people with different names. He, doubling down on a lot of the past statements he said, and it seemed like he just, I don't know, it's just an emotional roller coaster at the end of the day. Bro definitely having a meltdown, and we seeing it right in front of our eyes. I'm excited to actually see what's gonna happen this Tuesday because I feel like either it's gonna be another meltdown or he gonna probably address some of the allegations or some of the stuff that actually been said about him and some of the paperwork and some of these, these lawsuits. I just want to see what's gonna happen, bro. Poetic Flocko already saying he gonna send a cease and desist. Bro clearly got a cease and desist from Anton and his folks. I don't know, man. That boy in hell and high water. We're gonna have to see what's gonna happen, man. But listen, we almost at 3,000 subscribers right now, y'all, and I really appreciate y'all watching right now. If you rocking with your boy, go ahead, hit that like button for your boy. Smash that hype button also. That's how you help small creators like me get into the algorithm and we can grow and you can actually get recommended. So I really appreciate y'all. Hit that like button for your boy. Also, if you watching right now and you like this hat that I got on, go ahead, drop into the description. I'm gonna have a link in there for y'all. You can go ahead, check it out. This the one that's for the resilient ones. I got it available in black and red. Also, shout out September 10 break. You know you the one to help me out with this mic. So if you watching right now and you hear the quality of this mic right now, shout out to you. I really appreciate the help and everybody that did support your boy. Until next time, peace. And we out.